Hi, today I will talk about how to stop imagining your future and start building it in reality. Stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and look at your life not with hope or fantasy but with brutal honesty. How many hours this month have you spent watching motivational videos, saving quotes, building vision boards, organizing perfect goal list, visualizing success so vividly it almost felt real, yet without taking real action? Be honest with yourself. Are you actually building your future or just fantasizing about it? If Alan Watts were here, he would not shout or motivate you. He would calmly expose a truth you may not be ready to hear. You are not preparing, you are anesthetizing yourself. You are using imagination as a drug, and the worst part is that it is addictive. Imagining the future feels good, planning feels productive, organizing and visualizing these dopamine, and your brain believes you have accomplished something, but you have not. You have only dreamt. While you sit here hoping to feel inspired, someone else with less talent, fewer resources, and less clarity in executing imperfectly, making mistakes, but actually doing something. That person is building a real future while you are standing still, spinning inside your head, lost in projections of a tomorrow that never comes. This is a harsh, but it's true. You are so obsessed with what could be that you have forgotten the only place where anything actually happens. Now, you wait for the perfect plan, the ideal moment, the right conditions, but that moment never arrives because it only exists in your imagination. Meanwhile, the present, the only fertile ground where any future can grow, is being wasted. You keep saying one day I will, but how many one days have already turned it into years? You do not need more visualization. You need uncomfortable action. You do not need more motivation. You need brutal honesty. You do not need more plans. You need to face life at it is imperfect and demanding, and do not delay it anymore and do what needs to be done anyway. This is not a warm hug, it's a mirror, and the reflection may hurt, but that pain may be exactly what you need to stop imagining and start building. You may recognize the euphoric clarity of creating a perfect plan, watching something inspiring, feeling unstoppable, believing your life is about to change, only for the excitement to fade days or hours later as routine wins and the plan disappears. This happens because you choose confuse planning with progress. Our culture rewards the feeling of movement even when we are going nowhere, like running on a treadmill and believing you are traveling the world. We are addicted to potential rather than process, to who we could become instead of what we must do. The perfect version of you becomes a prison because nothing you do now feels good enough. When you intensely imagine success, your brain releases the same chemicals as if success had already happened, turning you into an emotional addict, craving more inspiration instead of action. In imagination, everything is perfect, nothing fails, nothing hurts, but real building demands effort, humility, and exposure. So, retreat your fantasy and slowly become a professional dreamer, someone who lives on possibilities and dies without achievements. If you spend more time thinking about the life you want than living in a way that leads to it, you are deceiving yourself. Illusion, no matter how beautiful, is still a lie. The ideal future you worship does not guide you, it imprisons you. The more perfect it becomes, the less likely you are to act. This is the paralysis of projected perfection. Perfectionism is not wisdom, it's fear disguised as planning. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of seeing your dream collide with reality. You keep the dream perfect and untouched, but dead. Living requires imperfection, mistakes, and clumsy beginnings. The future you are wasting for does not exist. It never has and it never will. Every future moment becomes now, and if you cannot act now, you will never act at all. Life is not a straight line, it is a series of moments, and what do you do with this moment determines everything. You do not find the path, you walk it. Clarity comes after action, confidence comes through repetition. Life is not a map, it's a dark trail where you can barely see the next step. Yet, the only way forward is to step. Take one small action today, write a bad paragraph, do 10 push ups, register the domain, post imperfect content. Your ego will resist and say it's not enough. But that voice wants perfection, and perfection means inaction. Imperfect action now is worth more than perfection never executed. The most dangerous phrase is one day. One day I will start. One day I will change. One day I will live fully. One day is not hope, it's anesthesia. Time passes, opportunities disappear, and regret remains. The only way to kill one day is with the decision, a date, a concrete step. Choose one thing you have been postponing and schedule a small action within the next 3 days. Something so small you cannot avoid it. That is how fantasy dies and life begins. Dreams begins to reality. So ask yourself, what is the one day you are killing today? Write it down because the moment you commit, you stop dreaming and start building.